Çağatay Ulusoy spotted on a secret date with his new love. Social media is exploding. Welcome to Turkish series stars. Before we get to the video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel and supported me. Hello friends. Today we're diving into one of the hottest topics in Turkish gossip. Explosive behind-the-scenes whispers about Hazal, the beloved screen queen, and Çağatay Ulusoy, the magnetic leading man, have set social media ablaze. The two were reportedly seen sharing the same table, and their quiet yet undeniable closeness has turned every timeline into a guessing game. In this video, I'll reveal the reactions lighting up X and the details being traded in backstage conversations. If you're ready, let's begin. The gossip world has been humming for days with talk of an unexpected romance. At the center are Hazal, energetic and sharp as ever, and Çağatay Ulusoy, whose career has only grown more focused and ambitious. The murmur of closeness, first whispered online and then amplified by entertainment portals, exploded once X users began stitching together the tiniest crumbs: the same venue, the same table, the same soft light photos snapped by watchful eyes. With every passing hour, the narrative stacked itself. Coincidence, or something more? Rumors said Hazal and Çağatay had crossed paths not once, but repeatedly in recent days, sometimes arriving separately and leaving at different times, sometimes lingering among friends until the late hours. The claim that they were spotted side by side, sharing the same table at a private dinner, was enough to make both fandoms pulse with curiosity. For longtime admirers who grew up watching their on-screen chemistry, the possibility of a real-life spark felt like a storyline leaping off the set and into the night air. Hazal has been in a whirlwind of professional momentum. After a powerful return to television with a striking dramatic role and a string of buzzy festival appearances, her schedule has been relentless: brand campaigns, readings, rehearsals, and tightly managed shoots. Every new photo from a set, every candid from a fitting, every quote from a panel draws thousands of eyes. With that level of attention, it's almost certain that any shift in her private life will slip into the spotlight. But this time, the atmosphere feels different, because the person at the heart of these rumors is someone the public already connects to her with deep nostalgia and a shared history. As for Çağatay Ulusoy, he's been crafting a path that blends high-profile series with carefully chosen film projects, taking the kind of steps that invite both critical respect and pop fascination. When he's not on set, he doesn't say much, letting his projects speak while he stays away from the frenzy. Still, any trace of private life inevitably draws attention. Now, with his name entwined with Hazal's once again, industry insiders, fans, and casual observers are all watching more closely than ever, asking the same question: what's happening behind those closed doors? The first waves of speculation rose from the simplest claim: they were at the same table. From there, the question wrote itself. Is this a romance? The possibility turned into threads, threads into theories, theories into late-night debates. Their shared circle of friends and their habit of showing up at the same cultural gatherings only stoked the spark. Were Hazal and Çağatay at the same table? Users asked, as if solving a riddle. Some thought they looked perfect together, like destiny taking a bow, while others cautioned patience, insisting it might just be an old friendship revisited. Whispers behind the scenes mentioned that Hazal had recently made a temporary shift in representation, a change that signaled a new chapter in her professional life. Insiders suggested that this allowed her to move with more ease socially, to show up where she wanted without the usual caution, and perhaps to spend time with someone who understands both the pressure and the thrill of their world. The internet did what it always does: it turned that detail into a slogan. New manager, new love? Quipped countless posts, and the phrase spread as fast as a newly minted catchphrase. Hazal's quiet approach only intensified the intrigue. In the past, she had addressed misunderstandings quickly, offering clarity and shutting down noise. This time, she let the silence breathe. She posted work updates, glimpses of her day, hints of scripts and spotlights, nothing too revealing, nothing too pointed. And in that space, speculation bloomed. Maybe she's keeping something precious private, some readers suggested. Or maybe it's just two friends catching up. Why overthink it, others countered, trying to steady the narrative. For Çağatay, the situation unfolded with the careful restraint that has become his signature. People close to him have learned to protect the boundaries between set life and personal life. He didn't deny, didn't confirm, didn't even tease, he simply carried on. Still, social media doesn't need a statement to spin a story. Fans scrutinized his posts, focused on his likes and captions, and even measured the timing of his appearances. "Is he dropping hints?" became the recurring chorus, turning even the most innocent movement into supposed code. Meanwhile, the talk behind the curtain grew more detailed. Journalists claimed they'd seen the two chatting at a series of intimate dinners, where the guest lists were curated and phones stayed in pockets. Some insisted mutual friends had orchestrated the settings on purpose: an easy room, a sweet soundtrack, a chance to talk without the frenzy of a premiere. Were these calculated arrangements or simply friends being friends? Even seasoned reporters disagreed. But entertainment pages, as always, leaned into the most compelling angle: a romance quietly blooming, the past and present finding a middle ground. What made the situation irresistible was how naturally their worlds overlap. Similar circles, similar sensibilities, a shared understanding of public pressure and private longing. Add a few candid moments, smiles that lingered, eyes that drifted back in crowded rooms, and the theory started to write itself. Posts where one admired the other's work, comments that read as more than polite good wishes, and the occasional overlap in location tags all became part of the puzzle. "There's definitely something here," declared one corner of X, "or is everyone reading tea leaves?" replied another. As the chatter swelled, the reflexive humor of social media chimed in. Hazal Kaya, stealing the nation's heart again, this time with the man who once did it on screen, joked a popular account. Çağatay Ulusoy headlines a new role, leading man off screen, teased another, gathering likes from fans who've always rooted for their chemistry. Alongside the jokes came the reminders: let them breathe. Not every glance is a confession. And that tug-of-war between playfulness and protectiveness kept the conversation both heated and strangely tender. Those closer to the entertainment beat doubled down on a more measured take. According to people who claim to know, the table sighting wasn't an accident. There was an event arranged by familiar faces, an evening meant for easy conversation and nostalgia. Witnesses described a connection that felt effortless. The kind of laughter you only hear between people who've been through the same storms and sunshine. But they also warned against rushing to label anything. What if it's just the sweetness of a renewed friendship? What if it's the first page of a very big story? No one would say, and that uncertainty kept the rumor mill churning. The chatter about Hazal's recent professional recalibration, new advisors, new strategies, became part of the romance narrative, deservedly or not. Commenters claimed the shift gave her the space to appear more spontaneously, to show up with less fanfare and more authenticity. And with every quiet sighting, that new manager, new love line found fresh life, looping through feeds until it felt like the chorus of a song everyone knew the words to. Throughout it all, Çağatay held his line. The industry is unforgiving when it comes to personal distractions, and no one understands that better than an actor trying to maintain momentum in a high-stakes season. Those around him hinted that silence was the kindest policy, for his work, for hers, for whatever this is or could be. But silence rarely quenches curiosity. Users measured his engagements like analysts poring over charts. A like on a post here, a brief appearance at a mutual friend's celebration there, and suddenly the algorithms rewarded the speculation with even more reach. Sightings multiplied in whispers. There were mentions of them standing a little apart from the crowd at a gallery opening, of a conversation that lasted past the end of a dinner, of separate cars slipping away minutes apart. Nothing concrete, nothing confirmable, everything tantalizing. Their shared warmth, their parallel careers, their easy posture together, all of it felt like fuel for a story that refused to cool down. The question kept echoing, are we watching the start of something real? On social media, the dominant theme was closeness. Are Hazal and Çağatay truly in love? Read post after post, as if it were a pop quiz with no wrong answers. Some fans swore that their energies perfectly aligned, that you could feel mutual admiration in even the blurriest photo. Others insisted that it was just the glow of familiarity, the comfort of two professionals who respect each other deeply. When the world of television and film intertwines with the world of gossip, it creates a feedback loop, more attention, more speculation, more reasons to keep watching. Of course, the past always becomes part of the script. Hazal's private life has long been the subject of fascination. People care, because they've felt connected to her stories and characters for years. Every rumor, every denial, every accidental snapshot gets amplified. Tying her name to someone as luminous as Çağatay makes the rumor rocket even faster. The speed at which the first wave of posts went viral was a reminder of how quickly a whisper becomes a headline in the age of X. In the middle of the storm, there were voices calling for quiet. Let them define their own story, some fans pleaded. If there's something to share, they'll share it when it's time. But restraint is hard to sell when the narrative feels this compelling. Humorists kept the mood light with one-liners and memes, while others started drawing timelines, pointing to matching backdrops, synchronizing schedules, comparing the glow in their smiles from different nights. It was detective work with the spirit of a love song. Behind the scenes, a more cautious picture persisted. People who claimed to be in the room said that both were careful, warm, but measured. They didn't lean into the crowd-pleasing embrace, didn't pose for joint photos, didn't court the lens. If a camera drifted too close, they instinctively shifted. If a video started recording, they gently dissolved into different corners of the room. It was discretion born of experience. They've both seen how a small spark can become a wildfire online, and neither seemed eager to fan the flames. Still, the smallest actions drew oversized interpretations. Did he like her latest teaser right after it dropped? Did she watch his interview and quote a line that sounded like a wink? Did their friends choose the same playlist, songs linked to their shared past? Each thread became a theory. Some declared, this is love. Others countered, it's just admiration. And in the middle was the truth that no one could fully touch, two people moving in their own rhythm, with the world leaning in to catch the beat. As the days passed, the talk didn't fade. It sharpened. A fresh sighting, a fresh comment, a fresh headline, and we were back in the loop. The buzz bridged nostalgia and new possibility, past chemistry and present maturity. Whether this is a beginning or a beautiful pause, it has reminded everyone why they captivate us: talent, charisma, and a hint of mystery. The kind of story that makes you refresh your feed more than you'd admit. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Turkish series stars. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Hazal Kaya and Çağatay Ulusoy are truly in love? Or is this just a rumor polished by social media? Send the video to your friends and dissect the X agenda together. And don't forget to turn on notifications for more exclusive gossip and behind-the-scenes updates. See you in the next video.